Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Empower Her Business podcast. I'm your host, Linette Cottrell, founder of Empower Her Advisory, and I guide women founders through designing business financial systems that bring relief and revenue. My calling is to free women from centuries of business structure that were not built with our feminine energy in mind. And I invite women founders to go further and expand their capacity to hold their increased wealth. As you know, Empower Her Business podcast is all about delivering conversations, expertise, and solutions to Black women founders figuring out how to build sustainable businesses and hungry for the real stories that represent them. And today's conversation feels like one you don't just listen to, you experience it. Because we're talking about alignment, we're talking about faith, we're talking about the power of creating something that people don't just buy, but they feel. Today's guest is the founder of The Scented Vine, a brand centered around connection, memory, and the sensory experience of scent. Please help me welcome Amber Epperson.
That was wonderful. I feel like you wrote a better bio than I could have ever done for myself. Meanwhile, I'm listening to your voice feeling like quiet storm. It's so soothing. I love that. Thank you
Thank
for that introduction.
you. Are so welcome. So, I want to give you the opportunity to now, Amber, to share with our audience who is Amber beyond the founder title.
Oh, I love that. We so used to talking about, oh, here's what I do and here's how I serve.
Yes.
Um, Honestly, at the core of who Amber is, she is a daughter of the king who was really just out here building a legacy through the marketplace, making sure that people are connected. I'm a connector. And
Okay.
I know that inherently I want to not only encourage, but I want to let people know there's more. You can do more. There's something
Mm,
better. There's something else. And whether that is as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, a best friend, a hype woman, whatever role I play, I want to be the connecting role. Not necessarily in the front. I just want, especially Black women, let me be
mhm.
very clear and very unapologetic in that. I work
Yeah.
with anyone,
Mm,
absolutely anyone, but there have been centuries of disenfranchisement for
mm,
Black women.
yeah.
And we have such amazing things to offer, not just to be taken from us, but that we can offer through our own autonomy. And
Mm,
I want to be the one that's like a midwife. Let me help you birth these things. Let me show you what's possible. Let's get this out here. So that's a long around the barn way of saying I'm a connector. I'm here to
okay.
support in this ecosystem.
All right. My kind of girl. Beautiful. So let's talk about before your business existed because I
Mhm.
find that a lot of us struggle with getting started in our business. So before your business existed, what season did it feel like you were in?
So my background is in events. Okay, so I am from a tourist city, nice here on the coast, a little geeky girl from Savannah, Georgia. We are a very big tourism city. So my entire focus was I'm going to go to school. I'm going to focus on events and tourism. So I worked corporate, nonprofit. Right before I started the business, I was in higher education. And in that season, um, it was a season of I'm constantly busy, but I don't feel fruitful at all. I
Ah,
am always doing stuff, but it was that feeling of, is this it? This
mhm,
can't be it. I was working aggressively hard, being paid mediocre. I was like, okay, God,
mm,
what's the move? Because if you called me to be fruitful, I'm not doing it. I have a lot of
mm.
output, but it's busy work.
Got
What
it.
is it that I'm doing?
Got it.
And he told me what to do, but like the hard-headed child that I am, I took it and I ran. And I said, I got it. Thank you. I'm good. And I ran on.
Uh-huh.
And that started the journey. So starting wasn't hard. I was ready to start. I was super
Mm.
excited about starting.
Mm.
Um, I had no idea what I was doing, because what's so funny is when I started the business, he was like, you should start a candle company. I had never made a candle a day in my life. I didn't even really
Mm.
purchase candles for real. I quit my job October of 2017. The first candle I ever made was December of 2017. Quit the
Mm.
job, had never even done it, right? But that's just who I am. I was like, God, you said it. All right. I'm on this. I got it. But like most of us tend to do, I took the instruction and then I thought that I was still in control. And I ran like a toddler in Walmart. I
Uh-huh.
ran away thinking I knew exactly what I was doing.
And what has
And
it been?
man, listen. Okay, so and I'm trying to give you the version of what happened then. Because now I'm looking at it in hindsight, it was me thinking that I was still in control.
Right,
Right.
right.
At the time, I believed that the prayer was, God, you are going to elevate me into business ownership. That's going to solve the money issues, and we're going to be in charge of our own time, and
Mm.
it's going to be a thing. I'm going to create a legacy. The problem was I took a direct like guidance from him, and then I added my own thing to it.
Oh.
So instead of taking what he said as, here is the next step I want you to do, and then staying partnered with him, I took what he wanted me to do, and then I added my own strategy, my own decisions, my own understanding into
Mm.
that thing. And I spent the next 4 years building something that came tumbling down. And I said,
Mm.
okay, I'm listening now, God. It took 4 years. You know, I'm hard headed. But I'm listening. So yes, to make it back to what you said, starting wasn't hard. I was
Ah.
excited about that.
Yeah,
Um,
yes. Aside
where
about
the
getting to that freedom and building that legacy, so you jumped
what you
right
thought it
into
was
that.
gonna be,
Yes.
right? You're like, oh, this is gonna be it. Oh, this. Thank you, God. Why did I
Uh-huh.
never? And I learned quickly. Okay, you thought. Oh, you
Mhm.
thought. So what I do now is I'm making sure everything that I stumbled over, every single time I hit a wall, every single time I fell in a pothole or I came across a detour, I'm telling everybody.
Ah,
I don't like when entrepreneurs get on social media
come on.
and they shame people with 9 to 5s, or they
Mhm.
try to show the glitz and the glamour of entrepreneurship as though they have figured out the golden key. So
Yeah,
here's how you make over 6 figures a year, and here's how you da da. That's not the story. You're that's pride. You are trying to make sure you are positioning yourself above other people when truly entrepreneurship is amazing.
mm,
I will never go back, but that's because it's for me.
mhm.
I understand that now. But I need everyone to see I did this and that was horrible. I made this decision because I thought it was a good idea, but it wasn't a God idea. I
Right.
started to do things that felt like that was the next step that made sense. And I found myself out of the pot and into the fire. Back to back,
Mhm.
back to back. I mean, I was good and hard headed.
Ah,
And I'm not saying I'm fully delivered, but now I am quicker on realizing you all right, you're doing too much. You're getting a little too big here. Um, so yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things for me is telling people along the way, this is what I did when I was doing it. So I just want to caution you to consider all of this
got
before
it.
you make a decision, right?
Got it.
That is
So,
how you get past
yeah,
the, oh, 1 year in business, 3 years and we're struggling. No, make it
yeah,
past that. Need sustainment. We want to build sustainable businesses that actually
exactly.
last.
Yes, yes. So what you're saying is as you stumble through your processes and your mistakes to learn and grow, you are now sharing those growth experiences with other women entrepreneurs so they can not have to go through the process themselves, right? They can learn from your mistakes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of my biggest things that I always tell God when I'm going through something, I'm like, okay, I know my pain has a purpose. So whatever it is I'm learning, please first let me only learn it one time. Please open my ears so I only have to learn this one time.
Yes, I love that.
But as soon as I get it, tell me who I need to share it with. Show
Mm,
me who needs to know this too. Because one thing I
okay.
don't want to do is I show up to the gate and he say, why are you still filled with the things I told you? You should come to me empty. You should have told everyone.
Yeah.
And I don't want to answer to that account. I'm like, you right.
I
So let me
love
tell you
that.
now, because there's so
Yeah.
much that we can do right now. And if somebody would have told us, if somebody
Mm,
would have shown us, let me change that. If
yeah.
someone would show us,
Mm,
this is what you can do, and here's how it can work for you. That's
mm,
also the second piece that I think a lot of times we struggle with in business. We Black women, we are one of the most educated populations. We'll go back and
right.
get a degree real quick. We,
Right.
we
Certification, a degree,
what?
a
We'll
appointment, yes.
what?
A
We will
classroom,
learn
workshop, yes.
a webinar. We
Yes.
will we will be in the room
Yes.
taking notes. But then we get struggled on like, well, what do we do with that? How
Mm,
do we apply it for us in this
yeah.
season? What does that look like? And one thing I really want to do is not just say, you should consider this on top of this and then walk away. That's foolishness. I really want to say, hey, tell me what you have going on. What do you have capacity for? Where are you trying to head? Here are some things that you should probably consider to get you from, as my good friend Ashley said, from point A to point B to your vision.
Mm,
Because I don't want you just headed from one step. The goal is to still make it to that vision.
right.
So we need to move all of these pieces as
Mm,
they are fitted to you, not what worked, because you mentioned it earlier, things that weren't made with us in mind.
right.
So all of the
Exactly.
information may not
Doesn't
fit
work.
you.
Come on. Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the passion behind this podcast because I was going to all of those free workshops, all of the business center programs, following
Mm-hmm.
all the steps. I'm like, because I know how to work hard. I know how to follow processes, right? I know how
Please
to
don't get me
create
started.
processes, okay? So I
Mm-hmm.
know I did what you said I should be doing, but I'm still
Why
not
am I not
getting.
seeing
Amen. Why is it not working out for me?
what's not
Because
happening?
you
Mm-hmm.
are not taking into in the concepts of all your programs are not taking into consideration who I am as a Black woman and
Mm-hmm.
how these systems work for me as a Black woman, for me to get those results. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I need to hear from other Black women and find out how they being creative to still be successful beyond these foundational programs that they give us with the cookie cutter processes to follow that are not working for us.
You know what? And trust me, I'm the first one to say when. Oh, let me not mention names because there's some amazing resources out there, and we are not saying that the resources aren't good. What I really want Black women to have is the right filter to push the information through.
Yes.
So once these organizations and these SBDCs and all these people
Right.
tell you here are the steps, you need an extra filter
Exactly.
because as a Black woman in America, there are certain conditions surrounding what your life looks like, what you're like. And I'm not saying that we are not a monolith. Trust me, I understand that.
Hmm.
But we still have children, responsibilities, and yes, other women do too. I get that. But our experience here is very unique. We have
Yeah.
certain traumas and experiences that carry with us through business.
Hey,
That
yes.
was one of the first lessons I learned. The things that you struggle with personally, baby, they
Yes.
will manifest in your business.
Yes, they will.
Mhm.
100% of the time.
100, not even 99 and a half,
No,
100% of
100%.
the time.
That's a very good point because a
Mhm.
lot of times we step into entrepreneurship thinking, well, this is separate. This is about business. This is not about, I can push that personal stuff aside and be successful in this business. And you can't because you're
Mm.
still you. Your business depends upon you. So that same person with those personal issues, with that trauma that's unresolved, is the same person building this business. And
Yes.
unless you take the time to
Mhm.
heal that person, right? To have a
Mm.
healed person building that business,
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
it's going to show up.
You know what? I would definitely say, and I want to scream this from the mountaintops because, and I know you would understand this with your ministry, right?
Mm-hmm.
We bring so much shame
Mm,
regarding what we do not know or what we do not have around money.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As generally speaking, Black women in America, there's so much that we just were not taught.
Yes.
Or we were taught one formula. You work hard, for a really long time, and
Yeah.
they will reward you.
Mm.
They will reward you.
Mm.
And so when something happens where that reward isn't being seen, or it is just being dangled
Yes.
right out of reach, where
Yes.
work harder, work
Mhm.
harder.
Yes.
We will head down, push through, persevere through depression, through everything. We
Everything.
will push through it because we think the formula is, I just got to work hard and then
Mhm.
it'll come.
Yeah.
I'm not saying work hard. I'm not saying don't work hard. What I'm saying is there are so many mindsets that we have to unlearn and reshift and reroute and reframe so that we can see that sustained growth,
Yes.
especially surrounding money. That was one of the big, it took me years. It took me years not to fix it, to realize it.
Ah.
That the scarcity mindset that I have around money, which I thought was just cautious budgeting.
Mm.
No, that's fear.
Yes.
That's fear.
Yes.
When I brought that into business, the decisions that I would make for my personal life wasn't going to grow me in business,
Mm.
especially when I was working in circles with people who realized that's not it. So
Mm.
they were running circles around me. And it wasn't until I got my feelings hurt and somebody said, you think you are celebrating 6 years in business and you are doing year one for the sixth time because you are not thinking properly.
Ooh.
Needed it. Absolutely needed it.
Mm.
This whole concept of I'm gonna bootstrap forever,
Yes.
that has to shift. It has
Yes.
to scale at some point. Again, we
Exactly.
are not saying that there is one formula that fits every single person.
Mm-hmm.
However, there are certain things that we were intentionally not told, and there
Mm-hmm.
were certain things that just our mothers and our grandmothers didn't know to pass
Yes.
to us, especially because most of them weren't business owners. That wasn't
Right.
something they could do. So they can't
Right.
teach us what they didn't know, right?
Exactly.
So, if there's nothing else that you, the listening audience, get from this podcast and hearing this country girl speak to y'all tonight, I really want you to recognize there are certain mindsets that may help you function in the dysfunction of your personal life.
Mm-hmm.
They will hold you back in business.
Yeah.
You will constantly face obstacles and pushback and depression, eventually leading to overwhelm and burnout and you
Mm.
closing the business because you did not address the
Mm.
things that needed to change.
Mm. And you said a whole lot right there. I need to let that sit in,
Mm.
sit in the brains and spirits of the audience because that was a lot.
It was years. That's what I
So,
mean. Like, y'all don't go through what I've been through,
yes,
but
yes,
please listen to it right now for 30 seconds and
yes,
then move forward and grow much
yes.
faster and much farther than I did. Because
Mm-hmm.
it took me years to get to
Mm-hmm.
that point. Again, like I said, just to acknowledge it, then you have to
Right.
unlearn it. And
There
then
you
you
go.
have to learn the new
Yes.
way to be. And then
There
you
you
have to
go.
integrate that into your everyday. So it is a process. So please, baby girl, gift yourself grace
Mm.
in realizing that once you realize, oh, I didn't realize I thought like this, you cannot flip a switch and then you wake up the next day and it's done.
Nah.
Surround yourself with a community of people who genuinely care about you, who are also recognizing, that's not going to work. And so you can do it together. They hold you accountable.
Yes.
They show you and they teach you things that you all can use and add to your toolbox together. Like, you just need the right support. You need the
Mm.
right support. You need the right people. I'm not saying you need to hire everybody. I'm saying that you need to surround yourself to
Right.
the left and to the right with women who understand you
Mm-hmm.
and who can, even if they don't see your vision, they trust that you can.
Right.
And they're going to push you up however they can.
Mm.
That is the difference. That makes all of the difference.
Mm. Very good. Very good. So, guys, we're talking about mindset shifts. We're talking about dealing with money trauma that we have that we don't even know we have yet. Because to Amber's point, sometimes we think we're just budgeting money. We're just, being safe with money. We're just being good with money, right? When we're really having a very limiting view of the possibility of wealth we can build, right? We have it stuck at a very low level and we're thinking, oh, we're just a good steward of money. But no, we're not. We need to, that's why one of the things I do is help women to expand their capacity for wealth. Because out of one side, we're saying, I want my business to grow to this amount of revenue. And out of the other side, we're saying, I'm not comfortable with that amount of revenue. I need it to be lower so I can manage it. I can manage it down here because I'm used to this struggle,
You
right?
speaking.
It takes growth
You are
to
speaking.
grow beyond that struggle. And sometimes we think we want it, but everything we do is against it. So first step Miss Amber shared with us was to realize, become aware that that's where we are and that's what we're dealing with. Then what is the solution? What's the shift we need to make to get out of that? And what are we shifting to? Now there's something new to learn, right? A new way of thinking, a new way of moving that we have to learn. And not just learn it and understand it, but implement it.
Yeah.
Right?
Consistently.
Yeah.
Consistently. Because there will be pushback. Because remember, we are so used to operating in our comfort zone.
Yes.
Maybe there's no growth in your comfort zone.
Even when the comfort zone is painful, right? Even when it's about struggle, we're so used to, you can be so used to struggling that to
find something so I can throw. Find something so I can throw.
That when we feel a little relief, it doesn't feel safe because it's unfamiliar. And then we find ourselves going right back to that struggle because I know how to struggle, right? I know how to work over 2 hours.
I know how to struggle.
And not sleep when I need to be sleeping and be guilty about resting. I know how to do that at an expert level.
You are saying 7 things at one time. My brain can't even, I'm like, stop.
Yeah. But we got to start embracing rest. I know how to rest when I need to. When my body says you need to go rest, I know how to rest without feeling guilty. I know how to receive, because we know how to give too. I know how to receive.
We know how to give.
Yes.
We're used to that.
Yes.
We don't know how to receive. Oh, wait, because I'm about to step on some toes.
Come on.
Without thinking that someone's going to hold it over your head. We have this huge thing of, I don't want to be a burden, or I don't want to feel like I owe somebody that you won't ask.
Yes.
And if they offer it, you won't receive. That's a trauma response. And I'm telling you this from somebody who knows. I know it. It took so long from my operational partner for me to trust to ask her for help. I recognized that God sent her. I was like, you are so amazing. You're so she was like, why don't you ever reach out and ask me for help? Huh? Well, you know, like, I don't pay you. And so I don't want you to ever feel like insert excuses.
Right.
Insert trauma.
Right.
We are struggling to receive something. We keep saying, oh, I want this soft life. I deserve it. But just like you said, you don't move like it. You don't walk like it. You walk like you are comfortable with the struggle, and I understand why. But that doesn't make the understanding of it okay.
There you go. Right.
That is the shift that we have to see. And you're like, oh, well, I don't do that. I don't struggle. If you are absolutely fine every single month thinking, I broke even, you're fine there?
Yeah.
Like, no, you're thinking as long as I don't owe, I'm good. That is a struggle mindset. You're like, I need just enough not to.
Right.
I need just enough so that I can. That's a limiting belief.
Yeah.
It is, you want just enough. God promised you exceedingly and abundantly, but you're thinking, okay, if my bills for the month are $7,000, if I make $7,000, I'm good. I don't need anything else. And I understand it. You're right. You don't need anything else, but do you deserve it? I feel like you deserve it.
Yeah.
I feel like you deserve more. And you should have it. That doesn't mean I'm not telling you to be a consumer and to be greedy. What I'm saying is that if you are dreaming of building a business that can sustain an ecosystem, that can support a legacy, that can employ other women who have dreams, then you are going to have to be comfortable being uncomfortable when you are aligned on the right path.
Yes.
And that may look like trusting in a season where you don't get it. It may look like some people calling you crazy, because I've had more than one person say, you need to just go get a job. You need to go get a real job. That's the best
Yeah,
one. Go get
yes,
a real
yes,
job.
yes. Not just a job, but a
A
real
real
job.
job.
A real
You go get a real job.
job.
Okay. Listen, if you
Yeah.
know that you were called for more and you were called for higher, and if you understand that you are walking in your purpose, I'm not telling you to chase money, I'm telling you to walk in your purpose,
Mm,
because everything that you need is going to be given to you
yes.
when you are moving in alignment, how you need to do that. And if you have questions, if I'm not even sure what my purpose is, then let's start there.
Hmm.
Let's get comfortable asking the uncomfortable questions.
That part.
Let's actually say, I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm not sure where I'm headed. I have a hazy view of what a good life could look like, but I
Mm,
don't know the next step. If we would free so many women if more of us could just say, I know what I want to do and I know where I want to go. I don't know how to get there. I don't know how the money's gonna look. I'm
yeah.
not sure how to manage this. Please, y'all gonna have me stuttering here. Please say it. Acknowledge that, because no one expects you to know it all, but you, no one but you.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
don't have to carry it all on your own. That's why groups and women like this exist. So
Yes.
you can see that there
Yes.
are other people who look like you, who understand your experience, who know exactly what you are up against, who
Right.
know what you have struggled and fought through, who can
Mm,
tell you, now, come on, let's keep going.
right.
Now, let's keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't
And
make me preach
all
today.
that. All that. All that is right on spot. Yes. Oh my goodness. So I think a couple of things there. One is that we are so used to not being supported that we have learned out of necessity to survive by doing so. Like if you're not going to if you're not going to help me, I'm going to figure it out, right? If you're not going to give me the normal level of resources, I'm going to figure it out with this minimum level of resources because I'm going to do it anyway. So
Hmm.
the necessary growth becomes being willing to ask for help when we need it, ask for support when we need it. And of course, to be in those networks, in those circles of sisterhood where you can get that support and it be wholesome, right?
Ooh, wholesome support. Yeah.
Wholesome support. But also, the work becomes that we have to transition from working to survive to the work of becoming something bigger. Becoming something bigger. And so everything we're talking about here, when we talk about being able to receive, being able to ask for support, being able to say, I need help, being able to grow into a higher level of wealth, all those things are work too. So you can either work struggling, you can either continue your work in struggling and barely surviving, or you can work to be elevated. But both require work, right?
So why not do the one?
Why not do the one that really helps you to build that legacy you really
Right,
want, to
right.
get that financial freedom, to have enough wealth to not just make ends meet, but to bless others, right? Who can you bless and you're just making ends meet?
What? What?
Who can you bless?
Please run that
I'm
back.
like,
Can you imagine
I'm
the
like,
concept of, oh my God, I have enough not only to survive, but
yeah,
to bless somebody else and not expect it back. No,
yes.
I did it because I want you to.
Mm,
Can you imagine? That is so outside of the realm of possibility for so many women, and
yes,
that breaks my heart.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about the scented vine. So you talk about your journey, the first 5, 6 years, how you started out with the vision of the candle company, and you transitioned from there to the scented vine. So how did that transition happen? Because a lot of times we are challenged with pivoting in our businesses,
Hmm.
transitioning to something new, right? We want to say, well, I said I was going to do this, and we're kind of rigid. And well, if I change, then does that mean I failed, or is it just time to pivot? So tell us a little bit about your experience there.
So here's where we started. Okay. And I'm pausing because I'm laughing at myself. So we, of course, didn't start as the scented vine. when God told me to, hey, start a candle company. And I took it and ran. And if I would have just waited to get more instructions, right, I wouldn't have. I spent those first 4 years known as Common Sense Candle Company. We're an artisan candle company. We were doing like eco-friendly scented products, candles, wax products, all of that. It was good. Let me not say this because, again, humble beginnings are still beginnings that started, and I'm proud of that. The issue was that wasn't in alignment with where I was supposed to be. So I was here. I was like, oh, I was in the building.
Right.
And he was like, you come on in the room.
Yeah.
You need to come on in the room, right? Because I understood. Remember I said that I'm a connector. And it was like, well, why this? I understand why now. From events, I was able to connect people to these experiences. I loved that. I wasn't able to coherently say that then. I just knew like, oh, I love this. I now know that this was the experience. Like,
got you.
I'm the person when you come to my house, let me make you a plate. I'm the hungry girl where you can take it to go because I want to make sure that you are good. The experience that I provide for you, I wanted to be something where you're like, I was seen, I feel good, I am comforted here. So when I first started Common Sense, I knew even at that time that the candle was like, it's not just a candle. I want when they burn this to think of something. I want them to be reminded of something. I want them to feel, I want it to be evocative. I wanted it to pull out that favorite memory. If you were like, oh, I'm planning to do this trip to Tuscany, so I'm saving the money where I'm going to burn you. I'm going to give you this scent that when you smell it, it smells like Tuscany, right? So I knew that it's like I was touching it. I was touching it. But because I had taken something and run, I didn't get the full instructions. It's like I left before he could give me more instructions. Again, that was my fault. I was hard-headed. I know God, I'm so sorry. So what happened? 4 years in, I was like, I'm building this company. We booming. We growing. Right? And we are even still, we're navigating things here, right? So remember, I started in 2017. It was in 2021. We are at the height of this lovely thing called the pandemic at that time. And I was like, you know what, let me get serious about protecting this thing that I've been building. And I found this amazing Black woman, an IP attorney. And she said, great, I'll help you to protect the brand that you're building. She came to me, Linette, and said, I'm gonna need you to cease and desist immediately, honey, because there is a company out in Utah with a name that is very similar. And if they decide to step into that class, it is within their right. And you would have to stop everything. Okay. So at that time, and please understand, I'm big mad. I'm snotting and crying. I'm just, wait a minute. I mean, labels, branded merch, websites, because you don't think of the small details. Everything was centered around this. But here's where the scented vine came in. After I finished wiping my face and I put my legs through them big girl panties, God said, you ready to listen? What I wanted you to do when you first prayed to me was you didn't feel fruitful. And I told you in John 15, if you stay connected to me, I'm the true vine. You remain in me, I'm gonna remain in you. You will produce fruit. Okay. So my pivot wasn't like, oh, it's not even the IP confusion. That was the catalyst I needed to get back in alignment.
Got you.
That was the moment that I needed of, you're going to take this L. You're going to take it and you're going to take it on your chin and you're going to keep moving. I'll take that. Yeah. And then you need to get back in alignment with what it is I told you to do. So again, candles were the starting point. But I said, okay, God, if I'm connected to this vine, what's my part? Amber, what do you do? What are you naturally skilled at? What is that thing that people come to you for? Oh, connection, that experience. What is the best way that you could do that? Through their most powerful sense, their scent. The way that scent works, because don't let me get started on my Bill Not a Science guy. I'll come on. Machine. So when you think of, and just real quick science lesson, no quiz at the end. Yeah. How your senses work. Whatever you touch, see, hear, or taste, it goes into your brain. It has to stop at the reception desk. That desk we refer to as the thalamus. The thalamus job is to be like a bouncer in front of a club. The club is the brain. The
Uh-huh.
brain has a whole lot that is doing it every single point of the day. The thalamus says, hey, we just saw something. What do you want us to do with it? Hey, we just heard something. Where do you want
Mm.
us to send and process this? Hey, we're tasting some food. Do you mind? What should we tell our body that this
Mm.
tastes like, right? Everything that you smell is so elite. It bypasses the bouncer. It has its own private section in this club called the
Mm.
olfactory bulb.
Okay.
That bulb is connected to two very important things, the amygdala and the hippocampus. That is where your emotions are processed and where your memories are stored. That's why you could see a picture of your ex-boyfriend and be like, ooh, he get on my nerves. Or you could be out in public and you could smell that cologne he always wear and you looking around like, is he here? Oh my God. Because you're recalling things way more vividly. Your brain doesn't have to process anything it smells. Your brain is aware of what you smell before you are. That's why it's
Mm.
our most primitive thing. It is directly connected to your limbic system. That is your thoughts, your behaviors, your actions. Okay? So when God
Mm.
said, if you are going to be the part of the vine that is responsible for connection, use the most powerful connection in their body. Help them feel
Ah.
something, help them see something, help them do something, help them know something, connect them to something bigger. So I say all of that to say the scented vine exists to give people the tools to connect them to the world through the power of scent. Now, those
Mm.
tools could be we might create a custom scent formula for a business. We might do a sensory experience for a mental health practitioner. We
Mm.
might do some using scent on test taking strategies for juniors and seniors that have test taking anxiety. We might, like,
Mm.
so there's so many ways that we could use scent. Our
Mm.
job is to just make it accessible. It is to break down the stigma surrounding, oh, it just smells good. No, girl, stop. Stop it. It's more than that, right? We are here to give you the tools because we believe that the world is disconnected, but we could reconnect if we just use the tools that are already here. My job is to use scent to do it. So, yes, it started with the candle, but the
Yeah.
candle was not the end of the story. It was the beginning.
Ah. Okay, that was all right. I learned something today.
That's
Ah,
what I told
so
you. Don't
the
get me started. I'm like, don't go too deep on the science lesson, but that's I had to do it.
yes, yes. So there are no bouncers for the scent.
Absolutely not. It goes directly to the
Okay.
olfactory bulb. That's
Mm.
also why if we're here right now, if you were to start smelling smoke, your brain would tell you to move right now.
Mm.
It would tell you to move. If you were to see smoke, unless it was dark and it was in your face and you see a fire, if you were to just see smoke haze move, your brain would say, should I be concerned? Because it's been processed. But here's also the
Ah.
key. Your thalamus, once it's like, oh, the brain is busy, I'm going to modulate the information we just got. That's why you could see something and probably not remember it correctly.
Mm.
That's why you could taste something and say, what did that taste right? It was fine to me.
Right.
It was modulated, right?
Mm.
But everything, your brain was created in such a way that the smell was meant to protect and to connect you. So
Mm.
I am here so that you can tap into that thing. You
Okay.
can enjoy it, whether you are a brand, a community organization, a creative, it doesn't matter. I just want you to figure out, here's the question. What's your story? Who are you telling it to? Let's figure out a way to use scent to do it. That's what we're here for.
Wonderful. So you talked about scent as a connection tool.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it actually do to your memory and emotion? Like, let's say for you, what is a scent that you can think of that really activates your memory and your emotion?
I'll tell you a story, right?
Okay.
I feel like that old man at the gas station. Let me tell you a story. Um, this was the moment in business that I realized this was the starting point. It was like, I think I'm on to something. 2019 holiday collection. I had made these 4 scents. One of those was called Betty's Sweet Potato Pie. This was made in an ode to my grandmama. Her name was not Betty. That's just what I call her. Don't ask no
Mhm.
questions. I don't know, girl. She made the best sweet potato pie, creamy, no strings. It wasn't too sweet. It
Oh,
was just perfect, right?
oh, yes.
So I was
My
like, we
favorite
made
kind
this.
of pie.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
I
good,
know
hot
what you
or cold.
Yes. Come on. Come
So
on.
that was the thing. All right.
Mhm.
So that was holiday collection, November, December of 2019.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Going into September, the Lord said, Betty, come on back home. So I'm
Mm.
wrecked. I'm like, oh my God, my girl is gone. I love my girl gone.
Ah,
So holiday 2020 comes and it's time for me to make Betty sweet potato pie. I start mixing it, and as soon as I smell it, I'm I'm balling. I'm a nasty mess. I am a
uh-huh.
nasty mess. But what was so interesting is that, remember, this is December. This is like November
Uh-huh.
of 2020. She passed in September. So right then I'm in her room. We're going through clothes. I'm looking at photos and videos. And do I feel it? Yes. Does it hurt? Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until I smelled something
Mm,
that was so closely, directly related to her that
mm,
everything in my body was ready to just flip a table.
ah,
And it is because when I smelled this scent that I made for her, the only association with Betty's sweet potato pie
right.
was Betty. I made it
Uh-huh.
for Betty. So when I smelled it, it didn't matter that I could smell other stuff. It didn't matter that I had
Right.
made 100 other scents. It was
Right.
the fact that I made it for her and she's not here. So
Mm,
vividly, my body felt the loss. My
mm.
body remembered in that moment
Oh,
she wasn't here, because grief is a sneaky somebody.
yes, it
Okay.
is. Yes, it is.
But when you smell something that is so closely related to an experience, a memory, a moment that's here, your body takes over. Your body then tells you, here's what we're going to do.
Got
That's
you.
why companies have been using scent and not telling you. And I know
Mm.
they mad at me, but I'm not. I'm here to move the gatekeeper
Yeah.
out the way, and I'm here to make it accessible for the solopreneur who's working out of their garage, for the
Mm.
service provider who thinks that you need a physical space in order to do it. They're just thinking, oh yeah, luxury hotels and boutiques. And I know when I walk into the Westin, and I know when I go into the St. Regis, there's a scent and it's
Right.
luxury. Scent is more than luxury. Scent is a vital part of your everyday life. Scent affects 75% of the decisions you make. It's like when you're sick, when you're congested and you can't smell, can you taste anything?
No.
No. But we don't give scent the credit it deserves. And gosh, doggone, I'm not about to take it no more. So I am here. My fruitfulness, my fruits are to let people know you can regulate your nervous system when you're using scent. You
Mm.
can make sure that you can create calm if you're struggling with test taking. Hey, you know
Mm.
that you can use scent in your mental health office if you want to make sure. So there's so many things, and it's not one size fits all. Is
Got
what do you
you.
need? What do you
Got
need
you.
to do? Then let's tap into the science of it. It's no mystery. It's not. Well, I was about to say Billy Blanks and Tabo. That was real shady. What I'm saying, there's no Miss Cleo here. There is no magic. It's all science. It is all science. It's all science,
Mm.
story, and strategy. That's
Mm.
it. That's why anyone can use a scent in their business. If you're a community organization, if you are someone who you just love your home to smell like your home. Because
Mm.
you have that friend who's like, oh, it's spraying now. Today is officially the first day of spraying. I got to change out my curtains. I got to change out my throw
Right.
pillows. It's time to
Right.
switch it all up. They also switch out the scents,
Mm.
right? Because they are very intentional about when you walk into that door. Oh, it smells just like I'm at Lynette's house. I love coming over here. Not that it
Uh-huh.
just smells good. Oh,
Right.
this smells like Lynette. I know she did this. That is what scent does. It tells your story before you ever have to open your mouth.
Mm. Wow. That's amazing. So if you're talking to an entrepreneur who has never used scent in their business at all, and they're thinking, okay, how can I incorporate this into my business and what would be the benefit of it? What would you say to that entrepreneur?
So that's two parts, right? So if their first question is, what's the benefit? That's easy, right? If you want people to have a higher value perception of your business, will use scent. If you have a physical location and you want them to stay longer, science has already proven that having a scent increases dwell time. If
Mm,
you want to have brand differentiation, if you want to stand out because you feel like you're in a saturated market, use a
mm,
scent. Use something that connects with your audience, because if y'all are competing for the same people, Make
Right.
sure that you're talking to their brains and you're influencing the way that their brains are going to react
Mm-hmm.
before the competitors. If you're, again, a solopreneur and you're thinking, well, I don't have the big budget and I don't have the team, I can't put $50,000 into Google Ads, I can't
Mm-hmm.
hire an influencer. You're still talking about visual marketing. Talk to their brains. Make yourself memorable, make yourself felt. That's the first thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to make sure that the experience you are providing to your audience is remembered and it is felt. Because when people experience something and they feel it, they come back and they bring other people with them.
Yeah.
It's like when you went to your favorite concert, you were like, oh my God, Patty's saying the house down. We
Uh-huh.
gotta see her next time she come into town. Versus if you were like, oh, I do like this song. You know, I like play it on
Mm-hmm.
repeat. It's an experience.
Mm.
Provide an experience. That's how you stand out. That's how you make sure that people come and they patronize you, that they are saying your name, that they are using yours with word of mouth, that they move down your funnel from awareness to consideration to conversion to repeat a lot faster, and that they do come back. That's what scent does. Now, when the question is, well, what do I do? How do I get started? My first question is always the same. What is your story?
Mm.
You would be surprised how many entrepreneurs can't answer that question because they
Mm.
start to answer the question by, well, here are the products that I have. Here's the services that I offer. I didn't ask you that.
Mm.
Your products and your services are how you do what you do. So if you would say, oh, I'm a hairstylist, that's not what I asked you.
Mm.
I asked you, what is your story? What is it that you do? So if you would then say, oh, well, you know, I specialize in alopecia, like alopecia clients who have alopecia. Let me say it like
Mm-hmm.
that. That's still not what you do, right? Tell
Mm.
me more. So we spend a lot
Right.
of time really uncovering their story. You're like, I make sure that women feel beautiful no matter what. Bet that's the story.
Mm.
That is the story. Then it's, so tell me who you serve.
Mm.
Who are you serving?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, great, let's figure out what they need to know. So what do you want them to know about you? What do you want them to feel? What do you want them to remember? And it's like, oh, okay, I need them to feel cared for. I want them to feel seen. When they come here, I want them to realize you will not be judged here. You're going to walk out feeling good, knowing that you're good, right? And we're going to make sure you can sustain that. Then let's turn that into a scent story.
Mm.
That's where I come in. So that's where the shift is. It's not, let me make you something that smells good,
Right. Right.
because that's so small and that doesn't have an impact. My
So
job is to tell your story.
yeah, so you can take that information and create a scent for that particular entrepreneur.
I sure can. We create the
Wow.
scent formula, and it was like, well, how do you do that? It's science. It's well, tell me, who are you serving? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to remember? For example, right now I have a client. She's a creative, and
Mhm.
she describes her brand as warm. She was like, when you come and you're working with me, it's like that feeling where your grandmother reached to her purse in church and handed you a peppermint,
Mm.
right?
Yes.
Cool. Let's do that story. Um, if we want to make sure when they walk into you, they have that moment where they drop their shoulders from
Yeah.
by their ears,
Uh-huh.
then we need to give them something that tells their brain, you're safe here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because her audience is primarily Black people,
Mm-hmm.
then we understand there's already a trauma with, are we safe in this space?
Yes.
Great. So we're going to give them a scent that makes them feel safe. One
Mm-hmm.
of those ones that would typically do that would be a sandalwood or a spice. Okay, just because of how they're formulated, just because of
Mm-hmm.
what the brain says. Now, let me also say this. Scent marketing is not creating something that you like. If you're like, oh, I don't like the way sandalwood smells, you're missing the point.
Uh-huh.
You are missing the point. I am not trying to make you something that smells good. If that was the point, take yourself on down to the store and just get an air freshener that feels good. Because every single person is so different. We are wired so uniquely. You could smell something and I could smell something, and we could smell two very different things.
Right.
Just
Right.
because our experiences are different, our memories are different, our personal preferences and tastes are different. So it's not about, are we making something that everyone will love? Absolutely not. I don't care about what you love. I am making something that supports the story you're telling. Like, for example, I hate the smell of synthetic roses. I don't like it. You're not going to make me like it. But if I was to go to Alice in Wonderland exhibit, and I am here and I'm immersed and I'm seeing Alice and she's falling down this tunnel and she makes it to the rose garden with the Queen of Hearts. If I smell roses, I'm not thinking, oh, I hate roses. I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm really here. That's it. That is the difference. It just needs to, your scent is not the main character. Your scent is supporting the story that you're telling. Your scent is immersing them in your experience. You are still the main character.
Mhm.
You are still the star. The experience that you are giving them is still what they need to remember and what they
Yeah.
need to feel. We are
Yeah.
creating something that tells their brain, you're definitely in that space where you feel seen, cared for, whatever it is your story is.
Right.
That's how we work. Let me be very clear, because you can Google scent marketing right now, and you're going to come across the big companies that have big budgets to tell Google, put my stuff first. But there's a very strict and rigid formula that they use. Here's this amazing library of scent. Choose from it. Which one feels luxurious? Great. We'll help you integrate it into your boutique. We'll integrate this into your hotel. That doesn't tell a story. My job is to help people tell a story and to create that experience, to help them connect with the people they serve. That is what we do. That's how we scent. That's where the Lord said, great, now you can be fruitful. Now you can do what you're supposed to do.
Yes, that is definitely unique. That is next level.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Listen, every day we walk through, like, all right, am I doing the right thing, God? Okay, cool. I'm still on the right track. Let's keep going.
Yes, that was a great, very, very clear explanation you gave there.
Well, thank you. I hope it is. I'm trying to make sure. They're like, I'm on a big education piece of, they don't think about scent. Scent is never thought about outside of, oh, I like how this smells.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to use this candle. Oh, I love spraying this perfume. And that's it. We're like, no, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. So my job is to say, go a little deeper, dig a little deeper.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So being that your business sounds like it's very powerful in creativity, how do you balance that creativity with the regular duties of being a CEO of your business?
Let me answer this authentically. I don't know if, and here's where I messed up too. I was looking for balance. And then you realize that balance doesn't really exist all the time. Let me explain that though.
Okay.
When people are thinking, all right, I want to be creative, but I also have the administrative stuff. I also have to do the visionary work. I have to do the operational work. It's not about balance. It's about alignment. So I definitely, I would love to spend my days just doing idea board.
Yes.
I would love to just do idea board work.
Yeah.
Right. But I remember one time on LinkedIn, you asked a really good question, like, and just to paraphrase it, it was like, when as the CEO do you find yourself really in the bag? Is it relationship building? Is it when you're in the visionary stage?
Yeah.
And I was like, I would love to say that's what I do, but that's not realistic for where we are right now at this stage. And again, Black women, remember that. For me, I thought I was chasing balance. I thought I wanted to be able, because I'm a mompreneur. I need to be able to do ... It was alignment. It was what requires you to steward right now. So versus, because for me, something like a time blocking wouldn't work for me.
Right.
I have to ask myself, all right, girl, what's your capacity assessment today? What do you have? The money, the time, the bandwidth, the mental energy. What does God want you to work on? Whereas when I was chasing balance, I was thinking, all right, so here's what needs to get done. Sometimes the things I want to do, I'm not supposed to be doing. So I have to stay in alignment with, all right, God, you told me to make an impact and you're going to give me the income. What impact do I need to make today? Whereas if I thought it was going to be, I'm going to work more on the creative vision today, and I'm going to do way more on figuring out, here's a new way to attract this other type of target market. Here's a new way that I could speak to event planners. I would love to do that. But some days God is like, no, I want you to work on strategy, and I want you to talk to your community, and I want you to get with the people. And I'm like, okay. So it's not balance. For me, it is.
So you check in on a daily basis to see.
Multiple times a day. Let's be very clear, because I'm easily distracted. He knows his child. Because don't hear me when y'all are listening to her podcast and think, oh, okay. So I just, I know the way that my brain works and the way that I am wired.
Mm-hmm.
It will be like, oh, shiny ball, oh, squirrel. I would hear something and it's a good idea. And I'm like, oh, I want to figure that out.
Yes,
Oh, they
yes,
just launched a new something. Let me go figure this out. I would
yes.
have 32 tabs open on my
Mhm.
computer if you leave me to me. Okay. So it is, yes, it's a daily assessment, but throughout the day, all right, girl, what were you saying you working on? Planner. It
Right,
stayed right next to me. I have to stay focused and I have to come back and say, all right, North Star, where are we headed? What are we doing? Because I started going down a rabbit hole
right,
looking
right.
at these things,
Now
and that's
that's
not where I'm
real.
supposed to be.
That's
That's
real.
not balanced for
Yeah.
me. And it'll shift real quick on you. It'll
Mm-hmm.
shift on you real quick of what you
Yeah.
need to focus on. You'll get an email that is literally urgent, and you're like, "There's a problem."
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Then your balance is out the window. What do?
Right.
Work in alignment. Be
Mm.
clear on here's what we're focusing on today. Let me do a check-in a couple hours in because I know that's when my first wave of, whew, I think I want a snack starts to hit, right? And I'm like, all right, girl. So what do you have the capacity for right now?
Right.
What's happening right now? Is this still your
Right.
priority? It was your priority at 7 a.m. Is it
Yes.
still your priority at 11:30? If not, then we'll
Right.
shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So check into your alignment. So what works for you is checking into what's aligned for today and for this moment,
And
right?
for
It's
this
for this
moment,
time
what
of
do I
day.
need?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is the priority right now? And I
Right.
realized also, entrepreneurs, we get so rigid on here's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
January came in and I made my annual plan for 2026. I have them broken down by quarters, and I have that
Yes.
quarter broken down by month, and I know exactly what I'm working on by the week. Baby, this is why you got to pivot so often,
Uh-huh.
because you're so rigid on
Yeah.
what you're supposed to be doing that you're leaving no room for alignment. You're
Right.
leaving no room for grace. You're leaving no room for anything new.
Yeah.
That new experience, a new person, a new
Yeah.
partnership, whatever it is, you got to leave space. You got
Mm.
to give yourself grace on how you're going to move and maneuver. And for me, it comes from I need to stay in alignment by checking my capacity and checking to make sure that I'm still doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's very important. What you're talking about now is something that I work with a lot is us giving ourselves permission to build our business and the flow of our business in a way that it honors who we are as a person, right? And you have to
Mm.
know what is your attention span, right? You can't say I'm going to do this for 4 hours, and after 15 minutes, you're going to start
What?
scrolling on the internet because you just
Oh, yeah.
can't take it, right? So you got
Because
to
someone
say
told you that's what you need to do. Someone told
exactly,
you that that's the
yes,
best way to get this done. Is that the
right.
best for you?
For you, yes. You
Hmm.
have to understand you
You
as
have to.
opposed
Absolutely.
to trying to force yourself into a box or a structure, right?
Hmm.
Because that's not
Right.
that's not going to work. You're going to make it harder than it needs to be. So I love that you shared that your process is about alignment. It's about checking in every day, moments within the day, right?
Right.
Get
Right.
yourself refocused. That is so real. That's the real process. So wonderful.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because we talked about money and building wealth and leaving legacy and the capacity for wealth. How has your capacity for money changed, or your relationship with money changed from when you first started your business to where you are now in this season of your business?
Let me tell you what's something that's so funny. Just today, and I'm not saying this because it's the podcast and it sounds good. Literally, just today, about 4 hours ago, I have what I call my reset room. This
Uh-huh.
is a group of women who I am intimately, I can be vulnerable. I can tell y'all I'm struggling today. Y'all, oh, here's this great thing. It's not just here's an accountability group. No,
Right.
these are women that God was like, you can show them your heart, and
Mm.
then you can do that, they can do the same with you, right? So in my reset room, they were talking about things that I never learned, right?
Mm.
They were like, oh yeah, I wish we would have known about this and how we could do this with private equity, and we really should have been doing the Roth. And then here go me, hmm old Amber would have felt, I don't know if inferior is the word, I would have felt
Mm.
like I was incompetent.
Right.
And I would have felt shamed that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Me right now is like, oh my God, you're so good. Thank you for sending me these women who know these things, who are
Yeah.
interested in learning these things, and who really have a passion for teaching me. Because look
Yeah.
at that. I had
Yes.
no idea it was possible. Truly, the change has come from you don't know
Mm.
everything you need to know.
Right.
Understand that. Remain teachable.
Mm.
Remain teachable, but be able to discern what's good doctrine, what's good advice, and what is applicable to you.
Mm.
And a lot of that came from me being able to discern and to filter that thing was because I now recognize it was the community. It's the people that I'm surrounded with. It's me making sure that I'm constantly tapped in. God, what we doing today? God, is
Mm.
this real or is this a distraction? Okay, we're not gonna do that, right? So that whole process of I don't know everything I need to know about money. I don't, and I can tell you, I'm to the first person whenever I'm talking to a client, like, oh, I need help with such and such, baby. All I can do is pray with you. I'll lead you halfway to hell trying to ask me questions about your tax situation. I am not the one. I can tell you somebody who can help you, but it's not going to be
Right.
me. I
Right.
acknowledge that I'm so good with that. But
Mm.
me realizing I don't know it. I also, when I first got in, I'm going to learn it myself. Why do we have to learn all the things?
Mm.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
That's
it.
that. That's that. That's the trauma of being unsupported, right? Because we've
Mhm.
been being unsupported so long, you have your go-to is let me figure it out, let me go research, let me get this information
I
versus
can rely on me. I don't have
yes,
to pay anyone else. If I
yes,
let myself down, I only have to be disappointed in me.
right.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. The mindset with money was realizing that if that's not where you are naturally skilled at, don't think that you are about to go get this capacity and skill. Do you need to know what your numbers are telling you? Absolutely. You absolutely do. But do you need to then go and become a skilled and a licensed accountant? No, that's foolishness. You need to know enough to realize that somebody's stealing from you. You need to know enough, like, are you bringing in enough revenue to cover those expenses? Then you need to be able to find out what help do I need?
Yes,
Where do I start right now?
yeah.
And then what do I learn from here? It took me a
Mm.
long time to realize, a long time to realize that.
Yes, yes. It took me a while to remember that too because we tend to be, and we've said this a lot of different ways, but we tend to be like super women sometimes, right? And it's kind
That
of like,
cape is going to kill us.
yes. Oh, just because you can learn something doesn't mean you need to be learning something new, right? Just because you can understand, you can read, you can comprehend, you can get it over time. What else can that energy you have be utilized for? And where I see this a lot is that on social media, there's always a course, there's always a webinar. I can show you how to write your own grants. I can show you how to get grants. I can show you how to do XYZ. And then when you get to it, it's like 25 steps you have to go through to complete this. And like, you're
And you're
already
paying for the mastermind and the
yeah,
courses and the classes,
yes,
and then it's more
yes.
stuff, the upsell. Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, okay, we burn ourselves out in these processes as opposed to thinking of ways that instead of being the expert in everything, where can I find a resource? Like you said, where can I get in a room full of people where somebody already knows this and they can tell me? Or there's this platform that we're both a part of, Barter Black.
I was waiting. I was
Excellent
waiting to tell them.
platform. Excellent platform just for things like this. So when you're thinking, should I take this course and learn how what I should be doing on social media? Instead of doing that, come on, Barter Black.
Mm,
Find someone who can help you with your social media and use barter bucks to pay for it instead of money. So
listen.
you guys got to
And
check
it,
out Barter
and I
Black.
really need y'all to hear her. She is not
Yeah.
saying don't go be educated. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
learn new things. Here's the line that we tend
Yes.
to constantly cross. We take learning new things as the only way to
Yes.
make this business move, and
Yes.
that's not true. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, that is not the way that
Mm-mm.
successful businesses operate.
It's
I
not.
can absolutely confirm 100% that is not how they operate. They did not learn all the things. That's a
No.
lie that we ate. I got to
No.
learn and know all the things
Yes.
and do all the things.
Yes. So,
No, what you need
yes.
to do is what you do best. You
Yes.
need to automate and sustain that, and then figure out what. Here's the practical tip. What do you do best?
Mm-hmm.
What is your thing? What, as a CEO, what is your bag? Get in
Mm.
it.
Yes.
Figure out what is the next thing that is going to move your engine forward. What is the next revenue generating activity, if that's how you want to look at it, right? What is that role? Get the help for that. Stop thinking that you have to do. Stop spending 6 hours on Canva.
Yes.
And you are not naturally you don't even care about marketing.
Right.
You sit here thinking, oh, I need to go hire a social media manager because somebody told you got to be on social media all day. Meanwhile, you are a cobbler. You make shoes.
Yeah.
Why are you sitting here trying to learn all these things when the truth is, focus on what it is that you do. Do that better than anybody.
Yes.
And then get somebody else to help you with the other stuff. And that we're not even saying hire. That's why she's saying barter black, a structured way. We're not getting paid for saying this either, by the way.
No.
It is a structured way that you can get the help, the goods, the services that you need while still keeping your cash flow.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Check it out, guys. Yes. So this has been a wonderful conversation. Before we round it out, I want to ask you, is there anything that you want to share with the audience that maybe we didn't come across in our conversation? Anything else that you want to share? Feel free to.
You know what? I ran my mouth so much, I don't even know if there was anything left untouched. I would say this. If you are a solopreneur and you're listening and something in here, your antennas are moving and you're thinking, what exactly I do? I want to build something. I want to build something lasting. I want to build something that has an impact. Am I looking for a mentor? Am I okay, cool, don't go learn all the things. What is it? If I ask you what help do you need and you can't answer that question, that's where I want you to sit. I want you to sit. If someone was to say, what do you need right now? And you would think, because you're not used to getting help, I need you to listen from a different ear. And I want you to hear this. Do what you do better than you have ever done it. Whatever you're doing today, make sure it's better than how you did it yesterday. And then figure out what is the next step I need to take, one step at a time. What is the next one step forward I need to take? And if that's not within my wheelhouse to do, who do I need to do it? Build a community where you give and receive value. Where then, here's the thing, where people, when they see you, they're like, I know her. She does good work. I know somebody that may be interested in that. You're going to get so much farther by just being a good person, by just treating people well, by just placing yourselves in the situations where you show up with integrity, you show up consistently. Because if I hear one more person talk about how they can't trust Black businesses, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to flip a table. That's not true.
No, it's not.
That's not true. Black businesses are just looked at with a more critical eye.
Yes. Yes.
And so we're going to take what they see and they're going to see consistent, authentic, like integrity. You're going to show up, not burnt out, not overwhelmed, not doing all the things. You are going to show up with the team. I don't care if it's a team of people who you just barter with, because I'm not saying that you need to have cash flow before you start growing your team. Your team could be people who y'all just work together. Like, hey, I know how to do this. You know how to do this. Can we do it for each other? Boom. That's your team, honey.
Yes.
That is your team.
Yeah.
Grow from there. I just want to double down on that. Don't struggle by yourself like I did and then have the audacity not to realize it was struggle. There we go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna get on off the soapbox.
All right, I love that. But I love the instruction you gave. If I ask you what you needed and you can't answer me, sit in that until you can answer that. Sit in that, and then stick to your core genius, because it's your core genius for a reason. No one else can do it the way you can. So stick to that. And then sit in, what help do I need? Or what would help me right now in my business? Beautiful. We're going to close out with asking you a couple of fun questions.
All right, girl, I'm ready.
All right. So the first one is, if you could spend the day with anyone from any time in history, who would you choose and why?
Okay. So I am a book fiend. I love reading. When it's like, oh girl, what you watching right now? What are you binging? Nothing. I'm reading books. I'm clearing out my Kindle. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So for me, if I could spend a day with anybody at any point in time in history, I this is gonna sound like I'm cheating, but I'm not. Just stay with me. I'm gonna spend it with the Black women authors from the Harlem Renaissance and from times past. We just gonna be in here talking about books, just reading together. I'm talking. I want Octavia. I want Zora. I want like Alice. Give me these people, girl. Let's sit somewhere in a room with snacks and some drinks and read some books, and let's just have a good time. We ain't gotta do nothing. We ain't gotta make nothing.
Yeah.
Let's just read and just enjoy getting away.
That sounds beautiful. I love that. I can see that and feel that.
And I can smell it. I know exactly what that room smells like.
I know you can.
You see what I did there? Okay.
Yes, I do. What's your favorite product of yours that you've created?
My favorite products are things that I've never even released. We're gonna put it as a category. I love the fun stuff that's used for other people. Like I call it carpet season. You know how Black folks, when they got carpet, they're going to season that carpet real good and let it sit and marinate. I made those for companies. I'm like, I love it because you'll never see it come out of me. Or the hairsprays that I make for stylists, they never come on my website. Because I just enjoy creating things that other people can then go and make.
Got it.
So those products that were really birthed from like, I got this crazy idea. How do we make this? And then let's figure it out. Let's make some crazy stuff happen. I'm here for that. Those are my favorite products that I've made.
I like that. Okay, what is your favorite meal?
You sound like my son. He loves asking, what's your favorite food? I don't have one. Anything that give me the itis. I am a good Geechee girl, born and raised down in the low country in Georgia, right? So and it's gonna sound bad. Listen, health nuts be mad at me later. It's okay. You smother something in some gravy. You add a piece of cornbread to the side, and we always keep a pot of rice. We always keep a pot of rice down here. So something I'm gonna lay down. It wasn't good for me. No, but it felt good. It felt good. So a good comfort meal with cornbread. That's me. You got me.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. And the very last one. What was your favorite childhood game?
And it's still my favorite game. Fun fact. Phase 10, the card game. But let me tell you why.
Why?
My family. So we were raised in an intergenerational household. It was my grandma, aunts. At one time we had like 13 people in this thing, and that was normal for me. Right? So we would have Sundays. All right, y'all, bring it up front. We're going to the front to play cards. You got kids in the house, so of course they done toned it down from the spades and the Friday night fish. They're not doing that. We're gonna play phase 10. At this time, all we had was a house phone. We didn't have cell phones. Are you kidding? When somebody called for you, this family time. So we would play phase 10. It was the thing, and it was skip you. That was my version of spades growing up, right? And to this day, I have it on my phone. If I go and we do like friend get-togethers, I'm pulling out a deck of phase 10 cards. I love it only because. Not like, oh, this is the best game ever. No, because the experience was shaped early for me. Yeah. And that's that thing that makes me feel like, y'all, this is what brings us together. We're going to have a good time playing phase 10, some good wholesome fun.
Exactly.
I'm going to talk cash money trash.
Okay.
But we still going to have fun. Please.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again, Amber, for being with us today. I love all the great information you shared. I love you sharing your authentic journey. We need to hear that so much. So we appreciate
you for having me. I appreciate this time.
Thank you. We'll be sure to have all of your contact information in the show notes so our audience can reach out to you, check out your website and your wonderful products, and do some business with you. So.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You've been listening to the Empower Her Business podcast. And before you go, I want to thank you for being here. If this episode supported you, please pay it forward. You can do that by hitting the follow button, rating us 5 stars, leaving a comment, and sharing us with others. This is how we ensure the podcast reaches more sisters in business. Until next time, I wish you the very best of joy, health, and wealth. Be well.